Y'all better gather round because Jaguar Wright is out here acting up again, and this time she's spilling some straight-up explosive tea about none other than Queen Bee herself. According to Jaguar, Beyoncé has been living a secret life all along, and get this, she's allegedly a part of a hidden lesbian cult in Hollywood. Not only is this cult allegedly recruiting innocent women to sleep with them, but it's also been protecting Beyoncé and keeping her name hot for all these years. And Chile, just when we were still processing the bombshell from her ex-bestie, who exposed that Beyoncé had been secretly plotting her grand escape from Jay-Z, here comes Jaguar dragging even more skeletons out the closet. This tea about Beyoncé's alleged lesbian affairs? This is wild even for Jaguar. Now, where Jaguar got all this information from is anyone's guess, but she claims Beyoncé has been living that down-low life since her Destiny's Child days. And even crazier, she says Beyoncé's own parents, Matthew and Tina Knowles, knew the whole time. According to Jaguar, that's why her parents rushed her into marrying Jay-Z as soon as possible, even though, and this is the kicker, Jay allegedly started messing with her when she was still a minor. And if that wasn't already messy enough, Jaguar took it a step further, saying Beyoncé's Renaissance album, the one she said was dedicated to her late gay Uncle Johnny and the LGBTQ+ community? Nope. Jaguar is claiming it was actually a secret tribute to Beyoncé herself and her so-called lesbian cult. Whew, y'all still with me? Because it gets even messier. See, Beyoncé only has herself to blame for the witchcraft and lesbian cult rumors. She practically invited the speculation when she introduced the world to her famous alter ego, Sasha Fierce. Bey admitted herself that every time Sasha took over, she felt possessed. Beyoncé said she needed Sasha because she's naturally shy and couldn't perform unless something else literally took over her body. In her own words, she said, "Right before I performed for the BET Awards, I raised my hands up and it was the first time I felt something else come into me. I knew that was going to be my coming out night at the awards show." Now fast forward to 2018 and things took an even darker turn. Beyoncé's ex-drummer, who had toured with her for years, up and quit in the middle of the On the Run 2 tour, and she wasn't quiet about why. She accused Beyoncé of using extreme witchcraft behind the scenes, saying B had been sending people after her just to make sure she didn't run to the internet and spill everything. It got so bad that this woman had to file a whole restraining order against Beyoncé.
Beyoncé's ex-drummer of 7 years, she is seeking a restraining order against Beyoncé. She's accusing her of dark magic, witchcraft, tapping into her phone bill, and basically controlling her finances. She's saying the Beyoncé camp is put up a huge campaign against her, and it's overall witchcraft. She's sought a restraining order in the past. It got denied, and she has another one scheduled for October 11th, but the internet is just like, what? Excuse me? And, you know, I was just at the Beyoncé concert last week in Houston. It was definitely a religious experience.
Beyoncé is a witch. She's a very powerful witch. She's heavy into African spirituality. She is a daughter of, I believe, either a daughter of Oshun or Yemaya. I go back and forth. I feel like it's Oshun though, but if I got it wrong, I got it wrong. But nonetheless, she's a high-ranking witch. Okay, how many people have come out and said, "Hey, shit, my cat started dying. Beyonce did this to me. I saw Beyonce do that." Like this is nothing new. Okay, but you got to understand when it comes to Illuminati, to this industry, one person replaces the other. Madonna's old. Madonna is almost done. And Madonna is a very high-ranking witch. She is a high priestess. That's just pretty much what it is. Of course, the main thing Madonna practices is Kabbalah, but then there's different versions of Kabbalah, just like there's different versions of African spirituality. But then I also believe that in addition to African spirituality, I do believe that Beyonce is into dark magic and black magic as well, her and Jay-Z. And we're just gonna leave it at that.
According to the clip, Beyoncé's ex-drummer was dead serious. She claimed Beyoncé was tapping her phone, messing with her bills, and even controlling her finances using full-on dark magic. She said Beyoncé's camp had launched a massive campaign against her, and that Bey was heavy into African spirituality, even calling her a high-ranking witch. And guess what? This wasn't even shocking to the internet because people have been whispering about Beyoncé's ties to magic for years. People have blamed her for their cats dying, for strange happenings, and every every time, her name is right there. And don't even get folks started on Madonna. According to gossip, Madonna is another high priestess and a master of dark arts. And when one powerful star's time is up, another rises. Guess who's being positioned as Madonna's replacement? Yup, Beyoncé. Now, back to those lesbian rumors because, whoo, they go way back too. It actually started around the year 2000 when Beyoncé did that song, I Got Back, with singer Emile. After that collab, Emile spilled some real tea, claiming that Beyoncé had tried to get with her during the song's making. Bey apparently wanted something more than just music between them, but Emile wasn't feeling it and politely declined. But guess what? Right after Emile exposed that story, her career just disappeared. It was like she was erased from the industry overnight. And even that interview where she told her side? Gone. Wiped clean off the internet. Now, we all know how messy Hollywood is. Just because you delete something doesn't mean people forget. In fact, the rumors came roaring back years later. And things got even hotter when Lady Gaga stepped in with some wild tea of her own. After Gaga and Beyoncé worked together on Telephone, Gaga went and gave an interview that had everyone side-eyeing Beyoncé hard. Gaga said, "We had an amazing time working together on her video and it just kinda works out because we both like women." Say what now? People already thought the chemistry between Beyoncé and Gaga on that song was sizzling. But that statement from Gaga just threw gasoline on the fire. And if you thought that was it, oh honey, no. Digging deeper, fans remembered an incident back in 2008, just 2 years before the Gaga collab, when Beyoncé and 3 of her girlfriends were seen living it up at a risque burlesque show. Eyewitnesses said Bey was perched on a VIP balcony, loudly cheering as 2 girls got naked and licked each other's feet. She stayed partying until 3:30 in the morning, all tucked away behind heavy curtains and surrounded by bodyguards.
Dr. Terry Lynn Carrington, who put together Beyoncé's entire female band, which was Matthew Knowles' idea because he couldn't get Beyoncé to stop people. Guess you didn't know your daughter well enough because she just started all the girls.
And don't forget what I told y'all about the Renaissance album either. People are convinced that the album wasn't really about honoring her gay uncle or the LGBTQ+ community. It was about Beyoncé celebrating herself and the side of her that never got to fully live out her true feelings after marrying Jay. She specifically brought in queer icons for the album, like trans DJ Honey Dijon, who produced 2 major songs, Cozy and Alien Superstar, and featured vocals from T.S. Madison, another trans media personality. Alien Superstar even samples I'm Too Sexy by Right Said Fred, and guess what? The band's lead singer, Fred Fairbrass, is openly bisexual. The list doesn't stop there. On Break My Soul, she samples Big Freedia, and on Move, she collaborated with Thames and sampled Grace Jones, both major icons within the LGBTQ+ world. Now, to be fair, it made sense for her to work with LGBTQ+ legends if she truly wanted to pay homage, but fans felt there was something a little more personal lurking behind the scenes. Some thought Beyoncé was using the album to heal herself, to finally express who she really was under all that pop star armor. During her Renaissance World Tour, Beyoncé went all in with the bisexual pride colors on the big screens. She flooded her performances with the pink, purple, and blue lights representing the bisexual flag. And if you looked back at her past magazine covers and performances, the signs were everywhere. In 2003 and 2013, for her Complex magazine covers, the bisexual lighting colors were all over the place. Even her performances used the same signature lighting. Coincidence? Fans didn't think so. And then there were the lyrics. Oh my god, y'all, the lyrics. In her song Thique, Beyoncé sang, "She thought she was killing that sheet. I told her go harder. That's that Castro, eat that sheet like it's Mastro's." And later, she say she on a diet, girl, you better not lose that butt though. That's that. I don't do this usually. I don't know what you do to me. Say what, B? It didn't stop there. In Summer Renaissance, she got even wilder, tweaking the lyrics from dominate is the best way to use you to come here, Caroline, let me eat you. And if you thought that was just studio play, Bey actually performed it like that on tour in 2023. Caroline, whoever you are, you got people wondering what's really good. Now listen, I'm not saying for sure Beyoncé is bisexual or lesbian, but one thing about Jaguar Wright, she usually stands on business and a lot of her crazy-sounding claims eventually come out to be true. Fans have been chiming in too, like one person who said, "I bet knew she was bi when she said, 'Girl, I wanna kick it with you.' I knew exactly what she meant in that song, 'Wave your hands side to side.'" Another said, I did hear about lesbian affairs a long time ago before Jaguar even mentioned it. She allegedly had a thing with Emil and got super stalkerish when Emil backed off. But now I want to know, what do you think about Jaguar exposing Beyoncé's alleged secret affairs? And do y'all think Beyoncé's marriage to Jay-Z was just one big cover-up? Let's talk about it in the comments. And don't forget to click here to check out this other messy video. Bye, y'all.